Hello everyone and welcome back to the final match of the day. This is for the final spot in the HCS Pro League. My name is Golden Boy. Welcome. Joined by the legendary Strong Side. Always
Closing
a pleasure.
strong with this big matchup.
Should go out in style. Should be fun. So, OpTic versus Renegades. There can only be one.
There can only be one.
This is big.
Renegades getting a chance at redemption here after what we saw Nated do.
That was a very, that was a very close series there, man. You know, between OpTic and Renegades. Renegades coming out of a very dominating victory against Denial, and of course OpTic Gaming falling to E6. E6 looks very strong, but now this is it, right? You put those matches behind you, whether you won or lost, it doesn't matter. All that matters is this moment right here.
It's a new series, a best of 7. It's a completely new series. So like you said, forget about the past. Yeah, some crazy stuff might have went down, but you got to forget about that crazy stuff for now. That's going to get brought up later. But real quick, let's take a look at one of the squads playing here, which is Renegades. We've got Commonly, Ninja, Victory X, and Penguin.
And of course, Victory X, a veteran. I mean, the dude's been around when you were competing, right? So he's been in the scene for such a long time, and he's done honestly so well, just continuing to surround himself with incredible talent from Commonly to Penguin, and of course, you can't forget about Ninja. I mean, who can forget about Ninja? He'll never let you forget about Ninja. So this is it, right? I mean, Victory X put a lot of faith in this team. A lot of people felt Penguin was the man in Elevate, and that's why they went with that pickup as well. Commonly leaving Evil Geniuses, looking for a fresh start with the team that he was initially on. I think this is going to be very exciting, but on the other side, they have OpTic Gaming, Straight Sick Maniac, Ace, and Nated.
Now they are coming off a fresh loss from Enigma 6, but they did already beat Renegades. So they, and actually they went to that game 5. So OpTic was up 2-0. Renegades almost came back. They brought it to a game 5. It looked like it was going to be a reverse sweep, but OpTic was able to close game number 5. That's where, I mean, the madness happened, and we will never forget. And
so, let me live through that moment. You know, bring me through that moment, because before we do that, got to highlight Ace here. The one and only, this guy. I think we mention it pretty much every stream now that he's the Halo 4 Global Champion. $200,000 rich, and of course continues to be a top player to this day. So yeah,
he's also a man of few words. You know, I reached out to all the teams, tried to get a little insight and intel about each team, and you know, got a chance to talk to the guys on OpTic. Maniac gave me some great responses about the squad, things they've been working on, how Straight Sick has been adapting to the team. Ace, the man of few words, I said, hey man, how is Straight Sick adapting to the squad? Since you guys have such a short amount of time together, he says, he's doing great. I have nothing to complain about. So obviously Straight Sick is doing well. Ace is happy. He is on the squad. Maniac, of course, also happy. A little bit longer response, but
it was like a substantially longer response. It was like good. It was like a paragraph.
Well thought out.
Yeah.
Very good. But yeah, that's Ace. Ace is a man of few words. He's just likes to get straight to the point. But gonna have to see if OpTic can close it out here. The winner of this will go on and solidify that 4th spot in the HCS Pro League. The loser will go home and have to play in the last chance qualifier. You're taking a look at Commonly here. Commonly was formerly a player of Evil Geniuses and ended up winning a gold medal at the X Games. So definitely some accomplishments under his belt during the game, or during Halo 5, and also placed top 8 at the Halo World Championship. So after departing ways from EG, he is now on Renegades, trying to build this squad up alongside his teammates, and it all comes down to this, Golden Boy.
It's going to be exciting, awesome, all words to describe, you know, positive things and all the good vibes. I can't wait. It's going to be fun. But we need to get this game going, and we're supposed to be getting it going in just a little bit. So Fathom CTF, I believe, is what we're going to be kicking off here with. And then we're moving over to Regret Team Slayer, Eden Strongholds, Coliseum CTF, and if necessary, Rig Team Slayer, Plaza Strongholds, and Truth Team Slayer. A lot on the line. We're going to keep bringing that home, people, because this is it. The chance in the Pro League. If you fail here, you have to go through the last chance qualifier, where teams like Liquid, teams like Denial are waiting for their chance, or you know, pretty much chomping at the bit. So it's going to be a shark pit there, 100%, and not to mention all the other incredible teams that are trying to get into the Pro League as well that didn't make it here today.
All right, we're going to be starting off with Ninja here from Renegades, playing on Fathom CTF. First to 3 caps is going to win. You're going to see players fighting for camo at bottom middle. This will spawn 2 minutes after it is picked up each time, so it is picked up at 11:48. That'll next be up at 9:48. So both teams will be fighting for that. Also, the railgun top middle, which is in the hands of Straight-Sick, trying to make some moves happen here, getting an early flag initiation for that run, but not able to get any further. Straight-Sick just doing a good job at controlling top mid, waiting for his teammates to push up and to get a flag grab. Ace still back at his base. Straight-Sick trying to give some help over here, back over at his base. Ace still not able to find that player that's crouching and hiding over there. But Straight-Sick, in general, having railgun top middle is a fantastic place to hold. You have a lot of sight lines. You're able to help out your teams on all sides of the map at an instant's notice. He's going to miss that railgun, though. But you know what? He still has it, and he's still alive, Golden Boy.
Yeah, he still manages to get the damage there, too, right? Forcing that player to have to back away. But now Straight-Sick is going to be by himself as he's about to get flanked. That's going to be commonly coming around the corner with that Storm rifle and just doing work. Picks up the rail for himself, gets a double kill, looking for the trip. Not going to happen just yet, though. But there is going to be that weak OpTic player who has to back away in the red treehouse. And Victory X is looking to push up here any second now. I think he's waiting for Commonly to get some positioning, which is exactly what they're doing as they're trying to go in for the pincer. Victory X gets the kill. Commonly saw on the radar that someone's going to be creeping up behind him. His teammate was right in front of him for that brief moment, and he got all the members of OpTic Gaming pretty much just swarming around Commonly. Now it's going to be Ninja's turn to try. Is able to get the kill with the light rifle. Finds one. Penguin there for the support. Gets a double kill with the SMG, and now they're going to start making their move over to the OpTic base, but there is going to be a lot of opposition there and shut down right away.
Yeah, the guys on OpTic did a good job at just staying alive inside their base right there. So when Ninja came flying in, there was no way he was going to get that flag out. They needed to get a guy into the base so he doesn't spawn in that back corner. And that's really what could have changed the tide there and really allowed them to get a flag grab. Commonly missing that railgun there, almost falling off the map, but still alive. And camo is up. We're going to hop on board with Penguin, who has camo as he picks up a kill on Straight-Sick.
Yeah, Penguin again, he was a highlight for a lot of people on Elevate. I remember when Rain went to Envy, you know, I saw some people mention, well, why didn't they go for Penguin? I mean, our Penguin's incredible. And while both players have strengths in their own right, Penguin is just a joy to watch. I know it's one of Benson's favorite players, as a matter of fact. But here comes Victory X and the Renegades as they're going to put this one down, and that's going to be the first cap going over to Victory and the crew. They get that one on the board, one step closer to winning this game.
And while that was happening, we did just see Penguin with camo. You know what he did? He just was being a nuisance, being a guy in the way, so OpTic wasn't able to put the pressure onto Victory X. They were trying to kill Penguin. Penguin ended up dying, but you know what? He did his job. He got in the way, allowed Victory to get back to that base for a cap and easily get that capture.
Here comes Renegades once again, trying to get in the base and bring that flag out, but I don't think they're going to get much progress with that one there as we switch over to OpTic Gaming's Naded. Fighting down in the middle, pressure right in front of their porch there, the red porch. Ace now needing to handle business. He's going to be one shot, absolute. Will he be able to get a couple kills here or support his teammate? But no, he can't stay alive. And now you're going to see Renegades begin to move this flag forward, but the only person left to stop them is Straight-Sick.
Straight-Sick made a good flank right here. It was the only play that he could do right now. He's trying to stop these players from pushing in. He's in a good spot. He needs some help from his teammates, though. Picks up a kill, trying to get in the base, going to take down this player. No, he's going to get beat down right in the face, but Ace is top middle with Railgun, and they were able to solidify that second cap. It is now 2-0 in favor of Renegades.
Straight-Sick just did what he could there to stay alive and make an opportunity for his teammates. Just did not work out that way. Renegades certainly feeling really good right now as Ace will get a kill, though, on Ninja. Ace looking around, that railgun continuing to put in the work with that. And if I'm looking at the stats here correctly, I mean, that's going to be 4 power weapon kills for OpTic. Scratch that, 5 power weapon kills. So they're making good use of the rail. Now if they clear out this kill in the back of the base, they can expect to see some spawns happen by the Vat. What an angle there, or I shouldn't say an angle, just a great shot altogether from Ace with that rail.
Yeah, now they got to clear out the base here. Ace, if he can pick up this kill, this will be huge. Doesn't have any ammo left in the railgun, only the BR. He knows players are going to be spawning, pushing up on him. He's by himself right now, so even though he had to kind of back down, I don't think that was the worst play, but because he didn't have anybody to help him, he was just trying to stay alive and just wasn't able to get out in time.
And because of that, though, now you're going to see commonly in the crew begin to make progress with this flag, but it doesn't get too far, right? You know, you have Ninja, who is also putting out some shots by that red treehouse and just trying to clear out top mid, right? They know how important top mid is. You can expect to see someone from Renegades going up there, but they are preparing for the camo, which will be up in about 35 seconds we have on our timer. So I don't know if they have timed it up just yet. Maybe, and actually, they did get camo last time.
They did. I think commonly was just kind of hiding out down at bottom mid.
Yeah, it just looked, the timing, everything was too peculiar.
Maybe, you know what? Maybe they did think it was coming up. Who knows? Very weird, though, because it always comes up on an odd minute. So for it to be up at 6:20 or 6:25 is very,
yeah,
very
he had to have been
weird.
playing out slow. I'm an idiot. He was playing out slow because he knew that there was going to be someone challenging over by top mid, and that is why he ended up going the way he did. If you notice
3
that
down
slow
for
route,
OpTic right now, JB. Now Commonly's running this back. Still 2 down for
Sneaky
OpTic
plays.
as they're spawning up. Can Renegades help him solidify this cap? He needs cover. You see all kinds of grenades coming in.
He hasn't been tagged. This could very well be it. He's going to go in for the slide boost jump and he gets it. Renegades 3-0 to the green wall, looking strong right now.
Very, very fast gameplay from those guys. Just quickly, just making those flags move. And Penguin had a 5 kill spree at the end of the match right there.
5 kill spree and a double kill to boot. So that is one of the reasons why Penguin is just an incredible player and why I'm sure Renegades just went after him right away. The talent that guy brings, it's certainly been felt here. 16 kills, 7 deaths for him. Commonly having a great showing there and really good sneaky play at the end. You know, of course, I was all over the place here with all the numbers we have in front of us. I was like, is camo coming? No, it's not. But that was just Commonly being sneaky and making that approach. Love it, man. Good plays from him.
Some solid plays. Let's take a look at a few of the replays from that last match here with Victory X making a push in, but now with Commonly, this was the stealth capture. He didn't get hit by absolutely anything. He dodged all those grenades perfectly. He had his team just help assist him all the way back and getting that capture.
You know, you just know, right? We've been seeing a lot of players do that, especially on maps like Truth CTF, where you take that the flag down to camo, right? Like bottom, what is that? Bottom P tower, P1, and you pop that flag out and you let everyone just flood the nades over there. You're like, okay, throw the nades, right? Because, I mean, what other angle do they have to go for? Especially if they're running
It's like
up
throwing out the da-bomb. It's just a Hail Mary. You're throwing the da-bomb and you just have everybody out there, and it's like, you just hope somebody catches it. But
yeah, so it was good. It was a good job, and of course, Commonly taking advantage of the movement as well, realizing, hey, if I get enough, time here, I can actually slide out, boost, get a lot of progress, and bring this flag out quicker than if I was just walking, potentially exposing myself. So again, and also Penguin setting him up for victory there as well, right? Getting a double kill at the end, going on that 5 kill spree, just phenomenal. Very, very exciting for Renegades, but of course for OpTic, the losing streak continues here. They're having a hard time getting their heads back in the game.
Yeah, they're going to have to pick up the energy here a little bit. We've got Team Slayer Regret coming up, which is game number 2 in this 7-game series. It's going to be first to 4 wins this series that will move on. Now, if you take a look at the screen right there, Commonly and Ninja really talking strategy right here, getting ready and prepping for this next game, which is Regret Team Slayer. They really need to focus on getting the Overshield. Overshield and Fuel Rod, we say it every time. For those of you that are just tuning in or new to Halo, Overshield spawns at bottom middle of Regret. Players are going to be dueling and fighting for that constantly throughout the match. And once it gets down to the last few minutes of the game, down to the 45s, tie game possibly. That's where the overshield makes the biggest impact. There you see the fuel rod at top of the pink tower over there, and overshield bottom middle.
Yeah.
Who do you want to hop on board with, Golden Boy?
Well, you know what? I want to go to Commonly. I want to start with Commonly. That's who I want to check out, right? I was really impressed with him that last game, so let's go ahead and see what he's going to do here. And who has picked up the overshield now? Don't quite know just yet, but seems like regardless though, good kills there. And I was talking with actually, it was actually when you talked to Captain Anarchy about this strong side. He mentioned that this was certainly a 50-50 kind of match. So very, very important for OpTic to pick this one up and get themselves out of this losing streak.
Yeah, you want to definitely turn it around earlier rather than later, but now we see Ninja taken down with Fuel Rod, not able to find anyone to pick up a kill with that. Let's hop on the other side with Ace of OpTic Gaming, who's looking to make a push over here with Straight Sick in the blue too. Two players are here. Ace not able to pick up the kill. Ninja with some big shots. We'll hop on board with him, taking down Ace as he moves back to top middle. Ninja finds a player over on the car side of the map, picks up Fuel Rod where he died with it, and he's going to pick up a big kill there on Straight Sick. Finds Maniac, going to pick up the double kill. All three players from Renegades just completely collapsing over on this base. Now fighting Ace in a 1v1 battle. Ninja not able to connect, but Commonly able to pick up that kill on Ace.
Renegades are just keeping the good times going, man. Up by 4 and continuing to add on to that scoreboard there. Oh, but Ninja is going to eat a nade there right at the feet. Fortunately for him, he will fall down, but he is going to have teammates there to get the pickup on kills. Commonly and Penguin find him. Commonly gets yet another one, but here comes OpTic Straight Sick against Commonly, looking to shut that down. They are going to be down by 5, and we've seen OpTic come back into Slayers before. They were down by quite the amount against E6.
Yeah, but you don't want to go down that much in Regret Team Slayer.
And I was going to say that. Regret is the map that you just do not want that to happen in, because this can snowball very, very quickly.
And Overshield, I believe, yes, Overshield's going to be coming up. I believe Penguin got the Overshield. Yes, he did. Penguin does have it completely drained, though. He does still have Fuel Rod. He's going to take these sneaky leg jumps up to top middle. He can't make that second jump, though.
That's a hard jump, man. That is a hard jump. A lot of the jumps that I've been seeing on Regret, and just the jumps that these guys do in general, are really incredible. Again, just the movement mechanics in Halo 5 allowing people to be able to do that and make the map their playground, which has been a joy to watch, honestly. Good kill there from Penguin, though, and that's going to give them their 24th. They're going to be 9 kills away from tying this one up, OpTic Gaming, but Renegades not making this one easy by any stretch of the imagination. They have other plans.
Look
They're
how
trying to
slow
get to
this is getting, though. Out of the entire tournament, it got a little too quiet there for a good 10 seconds. No action, no shots, nothing happening. It's getting quiet again, but Naded. All right, right here. Naded kind of off on his own right there. And it got caught in between Penguin and Commonly.
God. He just keeps hitting these splinter nades, man. This is incredible.
It seems like OpTic is kind of off on their own quite a bit and not able to have the teamwork that they were having earlier in this tournament. But they're going to have to turn this around and try and get the next Overshield 31-18. This is not looking good for OpTic Gaming. Just another
Penguin,
1v1.
by the way, is on
Penguin,
a 6-kill streak.
Perfect kill. Just a lot of 1v1 battles are happening, and you need to have quite a bit more teamwork. And OpTic seems to be just kind of thrown off and doesn't have as much energy as before. Just looking at their player cams, if we could hop over to them.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, man, Penguin finally getting shut down. He was on a 7-kill spree. Ninja now on a 4-kill spree. And I don't know what's going on with this OpTic team, but Renegades is playing phenomenal. They're doing everything right. And actually, I want to recollect on the conversation I have with Contra today here, because we were chatting about, you know, I don't think a lot of people really gave Allegiance time of day, so on and so forth. And they was actually talking about OpTic, and he said that, you know, a lot of people weren't really considering that probably Allegiance were playing bad, and that OpTic were just, you know, showing up there. But in any case, though, right, it's a matter of OpTic. They just need to get their stuff together, right? Get back into the game. RNG's just capitalizing on their advantages here.
And if you look, they've got 3 power-ups this match, while on the other side, OpTic has yet to get one.
Yeah, well, there is going to be an overshield coming up in about 1 minute and 27 seconds. So we'll see
if we even make it there.
Yeah, that's true. If we even make it there. For OpTic's sake, they better hope they could. Just regret Team Slayer is a hard one, a hard game type to come back from, man. A lot of things, maybe they can. It seems like they're gaining a little bit of momentum here, but Ace needs to be able to get this kill. He has to have it. Naded moved in there. He got the kill, though.
Naded was right there to help out, but at that point, you can't be giving up any deaths. Not much Ace really could do at that point, so they just really have to focus on not giving up any kills right here. And if you're on Renegades, you're content with getting a trade or two. You can play a little bit, you can overextend a little bit more and not be too worried about it. Ace is going to be taken down there. Naded looking to try and help out, but not in position to. Let's hop on board with Commonly, though, who's looking to make a push over here into the base, looking to spot out a player underneath to help out. Yep, he's going to be able to pick up Maniac there, making it 45-33.
And you know what? If you're Renegades, you just trade kill for kill. At this point, this is it, right? It's going to work out wonderful for you because you're currently in the driver's seat. You only have 2 kills remaining, and you're going to go up 2-0 in this series. OpTic just could not find what they wanted to do here, but Renegades just did a brilliant job of pushing and forcing OpTic into bad situations and playing right into their hand. 1 last kill remaining. Commonly is just going to spray around the corner, get aggressive, finds Naded, and he gets the kill, and that's going to do it. RNG, Renegades take game number 2.
Renegades looking like a bit different of the Renegades we saw earlier in this event against OpTic. But yeah, OpTic, look at them. They just look exhausted. Definitely don't look like they have as much energy as they did earlier. Just look a little bit tired. They've been playing quite a few games, but yeah, I mean, they're going to have to turn this around. We're going to be going into game number 3 after this as Renegades takes the series up 2-0 now. We're going to be moving into Eden Strongholds. This still is, like I said, a best of 7. Ace right there, you see him kind of throwing his hands up right there. Definitely a bit of frustration. Going to have to kind of pull it together. I think we're going to have an interview here soon, though,
Indeed
too, Golden Boy.
And we're going to have a special guest coming up in just a little bit, so it's exciting times. What a time to be alive. All right, let's go ahead, toss it over to Gaskin over on the floor. Gaskin, what's going on?
Yep, I'm down on the floor. I'm with the man himself, Pistola, who's looking great right now. I just kind of want to get your opinion on this series. OpTic, they're 2-0 down. Realistically, do you think they can get back into this series? And if you do, how do you think they've got to go about things to do so?
I think they definitely can. I mean, they're a great team. They've proved that already. They just need to reset, regroup, and realize that's a 7-game series, you know. There's going to be a lot of Halo still to be played. So they just got to take it one game at a time, one moment at a time, really. It's crazy how much that's talked about, but that's really all you can do. Literally take it by moment by moment.
And do you think they're going to be having to look to Flamesword as well, obviously, with him being a key figure in this kind of new OpTic roster, obviously, retiring, becoming a coach? Does he need to just lay down the law, tell them what to do now?
I think yes. I mean, that's definitely that's a key component. Same time, though, the players, like sometimes the players might know something that he doesn't know, even though he can see all 4 screens. So it's really them all just being on the same page and talking about what they need to do in that game type and just executing as well as they can. And then whenever something situational happens, they just got to try to bounce back. Like, I don't know. Halo's crazy, man. There's a lot of things that are situational, in my opinion, that happen, and you had to be able to react as a unit. So it's really going to be dependent on like their mindset going into this series, because it seems like they're running out of gas right now. So
yeah, it does, and obviously they're going to be competing for this last spot in the HCS Pro League. You've already found your way into the HCS Pro League, and obviously it being Mother's Day, have you got any special message for your mother who might be watching at home?
If my mom's watching right now, happy Mother's Day, and I love you so much.
Aww. That was very sweet. Looks like we're all done here. Pistola's looking forward to finishing the end of this series. OpTic might be able to get back into this one, but you never know. Maybe it will just be a clean 4-0 sweep. Let's head back up to the caster booth. I believe it's Strong Side sitting with a special guest, actually.
All right, thank you, Gaskin. Yep, a special guest indeed. I'm here with Alumnite.
What's going on?
How's it going?
Doing all right.
How are you guys feeling after solidifying your spot in the Pro League? You guys have a lot more time to practice before the HCS Pro League starts. Do you have kind of a map of what you guys need to work on a little bit more after this event?
Absolutely. We're going to be heading to the Team Envy house and working on a whole bunch of things next to each other. And yeah, we're definitely going to pan out all those bad game types and bad habits and get ready for, our tournament. We have actually a couple of weeks off, so.
There's nothing better than being under the same house practicing, because it makes it so easy to communicate with each other. You're just all right there. You can go over gameplays. You have everything right up in front of you. But let's talk a little bit about this matchup, though. We've got Renegades versus OpTic. OpTic beat Renegades earlier today. Now Renegades is coming back for revenge. We've got game number 3 on Strongholds Eden. What is the strategy that you and your team kind of play when you play Strongholds Eden?
Ideally, we just like to make sure we're keeping Top Cat for sure. Red Nest or Blue Ben, depending on, which one we can get. And however many we have dead, we try to push for that 3 cap, but if we can't get it, we don't really want to overextend for that. So.
For sure.
Yeah.
100%. But yeah, so, and then it's all about the overshields and camos as well. If you had to choose, Golden Boy and I were talking about this earlier, if you had to choose between overshield and had to choose between camo, what does your team want? What would you want them to go for?
I prefer overshield. I feel like it's just the better side of the map, especially because rockets are normally coming up as well around the time overshield's up. So yeah, I have to go with overshield.
And you can do a lot more damage and actually make a push, and it's like pretty much having 2 players.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so there we see the series layout here. For the best of 7 series, we saw Renegades take game number 1 and game number 2. We're getting ready to start game number 3 here on Strongholds Eden. OpTic Gaming looking to turn things around here. If they do not, they will be going home here soon if they lose this series. Marcus, who do you want to start on?
I want to start off with Ace, actually. I was looking at his body language. He's looking like he was the same Ace, kind of disappointed and whatnot, so.
Yeah, he definitely looked like he was a bit upset. That's 2 down for Renegades right now. Let's hop on board with Naded, who is up on Top Cat. It looks like he's going to pick this up. Actually not be able to pick it up, as Penguin's going to come in and stop that capture from happening.
And, that's a hard call to get right there, because he wanted to cap top catwalk, but he also needed to stay alive. And it was just unfortunate that he was cleaned up, so they're still going to be fighting for that. And it looks like Renegades actually have finally capped that, which is really big for them, because even though they're, you see that they're down in, overall strongholds, Top Cat is still a very important position to hold, even when you don't have the other 2.
Yeah, and it actually looks like OpTic is going for the 3 cap right now. So
yeah.
Where's everyone going to spawn on the map right now?
They're either going to spawn inside red, and it looks like everybody from OpTic is controlling everywhere else. So I'm going to say, yeah, they're still red Ben, so they have to clean them up over there, and looks like they're still going to maintain control as well.
Would you say that's right there when we were just on straight stick, would you say he should have possibly kind of known to look over there? It seemed like he was surprised by that player that came out at the red base, and it just kind of threw him off.
Maybe there was a bit of communication that was going on. He might have not heard that and kind of like zoned out for a bit, but I mean, it didn't really seem to affect them very much.
All right, let's hop on board with Ace, who's crouching down below tower right now. He's going to try and go up to top catwalk to stop Renegades from making the capture here. Ace just staying alive. Can't really do too much since he's weak. Gets in a 2-versus-1 battle, and Victory X is going to take him down. Let's hop on board with Victory now, who's top catwalk, trying to solidify it. Yes, he's going to be able to get it. Now, the tides have turned. Renegades have 3 cap now.
Yeah, and it's just really good aggression by Renegades right there. I mean, they're playing their game, and like no one else plays just like Renegades. I mean, they just have this authentic run and gun play style that works for them. And it seems like they've been building up momentum, hence the reason why they're up 2-0 in this series right now.
Yeah, and we actually got a chance to talk to Commonly, and he was saying, he's like, it's hit or miss with us. We're either on or we're off. We could be the best team or we could be the worst team. It all depends if the stars align pretty much.
Yeah, and also matchup as well. I mean, certain teams match up against other teams really well, and not to mention some of these teams need some sort of momentum, and they don't do, really well without, winning a game or 2 or stringing some wins along the line.
So you said Renegades is a run and gun kind of fast-paced type of team. What type of team do you think OpTic Gaming is?
OpTic is all momentum as well. I mean, there's definitely a lot of strategy based on, their side is, they all have like great talent, great shots and whatnot. So, I mean, there's a lot of the same key points to success, like as if, Renegades as well.
Yeah, and we're going to take, actually, we're going to take a look over at Renegades, who's capturing the nest right now. OpTic Gaming up 40-30 right now, trying to extend their lead. They're not going to be able to, yep, actually, they are going to be able to get that capture, but to get that capture, 3 of them were taken down. Now 3 down for OpTic still as a player spawns up. Looks like Renegades are going to be trying to take over, but as I say that, players just falling like flies right as I switch to them. Curse of the casters. Commonly, though, making his way over to Blue Bend to get some protection over here. Rockets are coming up right now, so we're going to see both teams kind of make their way over here to try and get control of these rockets. Commonly is taken down. Now we're going to see Straight try and capture Blue Bend. Not going to be able to, though. What do you think OpTic is doing right, or what do you think they are doing wrong at this point?
Well, as long as they're keeping this red nest side, they're pretty much in position to try to get overshield and rockets. So I don't see any problem with what's going on right now as far as their setup. They just need to make sure that they don't, you know, mess up and let them get too much control over here. And it looks like they didn't even get rockets.
And overshield is coming up right now, too. I think one of the players on OpTic may have just picked it up. No!
Ooh, and that's really bad.
Good.
Now they have rockets and OV, and pretty much they're probably going to get full control here right now because the spawn cycle as well. They killed 2, and now Commonly is going to be pushing up in blue, and he's going to be guaranteed to get some kills here anyways.
So as you say that, he picks up a kill on Maniac. They're still in control of 2 strongholds. Looks like he's got a call out of a player over by tower, but Naded on the sneaky ledge.
I think Commonly should have played that a little slower right there and just kind of stayed alive over there. So, but that's unfortunate. It looks like OpTic just took advantage of that.
You think so? Commonly could have played that a bit slower, well, waited for some teammates instead of just flushing out super fast.
Well, if he looks at where his teammates are, Red Nest and Red Ben, and he's blue, they're going to spawn tower. So, you know, he could just literally play that slow, but it looked like his other teams died as well, so his other teammates died, so it's just unfortunate.
All right, now on board with Straight Sick. OpTic down 43-71. Let's hop on board now with Commonly, who's looking to make a move over by Red Nest to get that reset. Not going to be able to get it. I think that was Naded. Yep, Naded over in Red Nest, who's going to solidify that capture. We do have Camo coming up in about a minute and Rockets coming up in 30 seconds. So if OpTic can gain control of these Rockets and these next 2 power-ups that are coming up, I mean, it's safe to say that they can still turn this around.
Oh, absolutely. But the way that Renegades is rotating and the slays that they're getting is they're literally stopping OpTic and making OpTic have to take the time out to recap these strongholds that they just captured.
All right, now on board with Ninja. OpTic trying to do everything they can to get control of 2 strongholds, just not able to hold them for very long. Now, OpTic holding these 2. Let's see if they can hold them for a bit longer. Straight Sick's going to get taken down. So right
Big
here,
double.
you see 2 players kind of flying out. You saw Straight Sick and Natick just kind of flying out. What was do you think there was strategy behind that? Do you think they should have kind of played a bit more passive? They just overextended a little bit too much?
Well,
and
they
now
knew Rockets and was coming up, and they wanted to fly, you know, basically mid-cat to try to help their other teammates, and it just ended up both
not
of them,
working out.
Yeah, them just dying.
Well, now we see it 99-46. Renegades is going to take game number 3, going up 3-0 in the series. One more game could solidify Renegades' spot in the HCS Pro League, and one more game could say goodbye to OpTic. OpTic has a long road if they want to turn this series around and come to the HCS Pro League. We're going to see if they can make this happen, though. Let's take a quick look at these stats, though, from Renegades. They outslayed Renegades, or Renegades outslayed OpTic 54-46. So definitely a few more kills, but look at that. Ace with 20 kills, really going off for his team and making a big impact. Let's take a look at this damage dealt as well. Ace with 2,500 damage dealt. No one else on his team even hitting the 2,000 mark for damage dealt. Ace really doing some serious work there, keeping people at bay. We've always said the damage dealt is a cool indicator because it shows like how much you're contributing to the team. Maybe not in an objective way, but you're keeping people at bay. You're pushing them back.
You're just getting a lot of people weak
damage
for your teammates and stuff like that. I mean, but it just seems like the momentum is just really in Renegade's favor right now. And just looking at the body language from OpTic right now, it's just...
So, and then What do you think it's going to take from OpTic, though? If they needed to bring the series back, what do you think it's going to take from them?
They just need to get pumped up. They really need to fight as hard as they can. They're not out of this series right now. I don't really hear Naded as loud as I normally should hear him, and that's a problem for me.
Yeah, we've heard him get quiet before in the past, and we all know that a quiet and calm Naded is never a Naded that you want to be playing with. You want to have that energy. Naded, when he has that energy, he is unstoppable. He is pulling off the craziest ninjas that are ever seen in Halo 5.
No, that play was ridiculous.
So that's the Naded we need to see. But we do have an interview down on the floor. We're going to send it over to Gaskin, who's got a special guest.
Yep, I'm here with Taui, and I'm feeling a little bit like a hobbit right now, actually. Maybe I need a pedestal or something. But obviously, you are the coach of EG, but today you were coaching Denial. Was it different kind of coaching that team? And how do you think they performed? Do you think they can come back in maybe an online qualifier?
It's definitely different, and I've said this a lot too. You want to coach 4 players on your team differently than you would any 4 other players, just like you would, play differently with other teammates, different strengths and weaknesses and all that. So it was definitely a really big adjustment. And we had moments of brilliance where we were playing really aggressive, really fast. Everyone was on the same page with what we were accomplishing. But, when you're stuck on spawn a lot or you're trying to regroup and people don't have the same things in mind is when we kind of fell apart in a lot of game types. So you can tell how good they are. There's a lot of potential there. And I think they're going to be one of the top teams in the LCQ for sure. I wish I could have been able to do more this weekend.
Yeah, it's definitely a shame to see players like Ogre not qualifying for the Pro League just yet, but they do have more chances. Obviously, you've seen a lot of games today. Is there any teams that you think can really compete with the likes of EG and CLG going into Pro League?
Yeah, that'll be really interesting to see. We've seen CLG kind of dominate more or less for the last several months, just with their consistency in performance at tournaments and in scrims online. But the meta of the game is definitely changing, and teams are playing at a much faster pace than they have been for the last several months. And OpTic has been doing extremely well online. Same with Renegades, and they're both performing well here at the tournament. So it'll be really interesting to see. CLG has kind of been more or less a season ahead of the rest of the competition for a while now, and only time will tell how long they can hold on to that lead, but I feel like the gap is definitely closing.
Yeah, it definitely is. The meta has shifted slightly. Now, just a quick one. I'm going to put you on the spot. OpTic,
sure. They
are 3-0 down. Realistically, do you think they can come back into this? And if you do, how would they do this? As a coach, what would you be saying to them?
Sure. Well, there's one big advantage that they do have. They're all veteran players. You look at Naded. I'm looking over there right now. You got Flamesword standing behind him is going to be huge for that whole team. It's all about one game at a time. You can't worry about anything else. You're just going to talk about this next game, what you're focusing on, what everyone, knows what they're going to be doing so they're on the same page. And you just take it game by game. You can't think of the big picture. You can't focus on anything else. And if they can win this game, then we're going to talk about the next game. And if you can win that, you just keep going for the rest of the series.
Well, Taui does think there is still hope for OpTic Gaming for the Green Wall. I'm hoping there is as well. Let's head on back to the casting booth and finish this series off.
Thank you so much. Always great to hear from Taui. Always great to hear from all the coaches, man. I really feel
it's good insight.
Casted a lot of games, and I really feel like Halo has some of the best when it comes to coaches. From Taui to alumni who was just up here. Also, shout out to Clutch, who is a little salty on Twitter. High sodium counts because I didn't mention him, so I wanted to mention him here.
Even getting Rynoob on here.
Yes, that's right.
Rynoob
also coached, oh my goodness, the Latin American team, Chosen Squad from Worlds 2, right? I think it's actually pretty cool to see how coaches have been playing such a pivotal role in competitive Halo as of late, and everyone really beginning to step up, players finding new life. It's always good stuff, man.
Yeah, well, let's take a quick look at the series layout here. Renegades up 3-0. Renegades could take this home right now, Golden Boy. In the Coliseum CTF, there you see it. Renegades fist pounding. They're feeling strong. They look very confident. 1 game away. Who do you want to hop on board with, GB?
That's a tough question, but I got to go with my main man, Penguin. Actually, you know what? Naded. We'll start with Naded. It seems like that's what our guys in the back want to do. So let's go with Naded to kick things off here. As the action begins, this could very well be it for OpTic Gaming. Their road could end here, and for Renegades, they could find themselves alongside the likes of Allegiance, CLG, EG, and many more in the Pro League. This is going to be intense for OpTic, but the flag has already been pulled. Meanwhile, StraightSick is going to be inside of the blue base, trying to be a ruckus, or trying to cause a ruckus, be a pain in the neck.
Yeah, and commonly is going to be taken down from Renegades, but you know what? StraightSick dished it off. I believe that was Ace. Ace is trying to pick up a kill here. He's going to get some help from Maniac, and they're going to get this flag underway. 2 players, bottom middle. Ace decides to leave him.
That was great.
Comes back, returns. The Rocket player is going to take down Ace, but now I believe there is a Rocket left. Is that Maniac? Actually, no, Rockets are out.
Clutch play, by the way. I just want to note there, the flag was a slither away from going back to the base for OpTic, but I don't know who it was from Renegades was able to clutch up here and get the kill. That was insane, and not certainly something I would have expected considering how things were going for OpTic there.
Yeah, now StraightSick back in his base, and let's take a look over at the other end, who has the other flag, I believe.
It's going to be down right now, so it is sitting around blue base, but they're kind of circling around and playing that zone defense and trying to investigate it.
Up a big kill on Naded.
Sweet
you
Lord.
know, these players, I believe what they're trying to do is get into Naded's head right now. We've seen that a lot in the past. People will try to do things to get in their heads, and we're going to see commonly cap flag number 1 against OpTic Gaming here, which could potentially be the final game. We just saw VictoryX get that flag toss all the way out to the 50-yard line. Are they going to be able to make a move? You see Commonly working with a teammate to possibly get it. Nope, the flag is going to be returned though. Commonly and I believe it was Victory did a nice job at trying to get that flag, but they were not able to get it all the way back. Now Rockets are going to be up.
Something I really just want to point out, I mean, you mentioned before about how they're doing their best to get into Naded's head, and when we had Ryan up here, I asked him about that. I was like, you know, tell me about Naded because you teamed with him, and he kind of gave a chuckle and was like, yeah, I did, and I know like he, you know, sometimes he can shut down, right, is basically what he was saying. So
Long range from downtown Rocket.
Maybe
right
another
there
one.
from
It goes for a second one. That was in like a downtown one. It was more like a midtown, but it was still a good rocket.
But sorry to cut you off there, but yes, you were saying Ryan has teamed with Naded and said it is.
Well, yeah, basically, you know, you already know that is the game plan, right? Just make them frustrated. And commonly just teabagging the ever-living hell out of Naded certainly will frustrate anyone, I can only imagine. So VictoryX, he will fall down. Meanwhile, you have Ninja engaging outside Ace, and he gets the kill, just raiding him down with shots from the assault rifle. But there is going to be pressure coming around from StraightSick, who does manage to get that rocket kill. Again, folks, this could very well be it for OpTic Gaming. Their road to the Pro League in the summer qualifier can end here. Then they have to take a detour to the last chance qualifier. But of course, not all detours lead to your direction. So we'll see if OpTic Gaming can stay alive in this competition. They have to. It's do or die.
Now, StraightSick was all the way in Renegade's base. It looked like OpTic was getting ready to make a push in, but he decided to come all the way back to his base and picks up a kill on VictoryX. He's going to be taken down by Penguin. Penguin initiating the flag run right now. A couple of players down from OpTic right now.
Beautiful jump. Look
Penguin
at this.
getting the flag all the way up to the bridge. Is anyone there to retrieve it? Yep, VictoryX. He's going to be taken down.
As soon as he goes for it, he gets shut down. But a beautiful nade, though. Commonly brings that one just a little bit closer. Ninja's on the challenge, but here comes Commonly yet again, and he's going to get us a Penguin cap. Excuse me there. But regardless, that was a great play, and they are going to go up 2-0. Just one more cap, and the Renegades will be in the Halo Championship Series Pro League.
Wild rocket there by Naded right now. Seems to be a bit frustrated. Looking in the mini cam right there, all the players on OpTic look a bit frustrated still. They got to turn this around, send them some OpTic green wall. If you are in the chat and a fan of OpTic Gaming, send them your love. Try and get them, send them that Dubu.
So
right?
I was gonna say, just tell them to, you know, take your energy, right, or Dubus, whichever you prefer.
Well, Maniac now has the sniper. Let's see if he can do something with this. He's in a good spot right now. If he can get his teammates to push up here and stay alive and pick up a kill here, then it could be good.
Though, and you know this player's gonna go and
Not
challenge.
bad though. 3 down for Renegades though.
For the moment, he was alone, but Ace rotating from top mid all the way to help his teammate out was just brilliant work. And the slide, look at that clutch slide. Maniac couldn't get the kill, but he is gonna find one in front, and he's gotta start to land those shots though, and he does manage. That's gonna be Ninja who falls. Oh, what a shot from Maniac. Every tournament, this dude manages to pull off some crazy shot, but was it enough? They do manage to get that cap. It will be 2-1. Pressure's on for the green wall as Naded will be dropped by Victory X's Magnum.
These guys are fighting to the limits right now. Ace is going to be taken down now. That's 3 down, 4 down for OpTic Gaming, and they're running the flag. Victory X making his way all the way over to the snipe side of the map, past to red Sneaky, all the way to the blue Sneaky. It's not looking good. I don't see anyone on OpTic in the area can do this.
GG, ladies and gentlemen, and that will do it. Renegades go to the Pro League with an awesome layup to cap the final flag. OpTic Gaming will have to try again in the last chance qualifier, but what a just ending there for Commonly, Ninja, Victory X, and of course Penguin. What a run that they had. Of course, I'm sure OpTic has to be a little disappointed, very disappointed, I should say, with themselves. But like I said before, their road doesn't end here. They can very well get into the Pro League. They just have to go through the very long road of the last chance qualifier.
Yeah,
it's not going to be easy.
They've got a long, long way to go, but they can do it. You know, we saw OpTic Gaming in that last chance qualifier, the last chance. They were the one team to make it through the entire way, to be that 16th seed at the NA Regionals. So I think OpTic Gaming has it in them to do it. There's 2 spots this time, so you have it.
It's very true.
There's 2 chances.
One thing to note, though, I mean, this is a very different kind of situation, though, right? When you talk about that last chance qualifier, there were a lot of great players and great teams in there, but it wasn't a shark pit the way I feel that this last chance qualifier is going to be. Yeah. You have Liquid, who, of course, you know, highlighting what had happened earlier with APG. Actually, I'm almost certain that they're going to want to get back into the fray here. Let's take a look at this alley-oop real quick, though, going to Boy. Just a nice little alley-oop right up to his teammate onto the flag stand. Gentle. It's a Patrick Ewing layup.
It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. But before I cut you off, but yes, there's a lot of teams out there. There's a lot of talent.
Obviously, we did talk about it, right? I mean, you know, APG was not feeling all that well because of the accident, and I'm expecting Liquid to come out with a force in the last chance qualifier. That's going to be one team to look out for. And now OpTic as well. But going out 4-0, they're going to have to go back to the drawing board and definitely think about what their approach is going to be going into the LCQ. But for the time being, let's actually go ahead, toss it over to the center stage with Dan the Iceman Gaskin, who is joined by the veteran Victory X. Take it away.
Yep, I'm joined by Victory X from Renegades, who have just taken the final spot today in the HCS Pro League. Now, obviously, you played OpTic earlier in the winners bracket and you lost. What do you think you did differently in this series to kind of take this win?
Well, right after we lost, we figured, hey, looking back, our communication, awful. Literally, everybody was just shouting call-outs. We didn't know where anybody was going, what we were doing. And when we don't know what we're doing, we're going to lose. So we went back, worked on that against Denial, brought it in against OpTic, and you saw the difference. So,
yeah, definitely a massive difference. Now, going into the Pro League, who do you think are your real competitors? Obviously, you've got the EG, the CLG, but from today, who do you think you're going to be looking out for to be really practicing and pushing to that next level?
Ooh, man. Obviously, the 2 teams that advanced out of the winners bracket, Allegiance, Enigma 6, and then, of course, Envy. I predicted Envy as a powerhouse early on. They kind of let everybody down on line scrims, but they put on a good showing here. And then Allegiance, Contra, and Devin on LAN, they're tough. But I think we can't overlook anybody, but obviously I think we can take down any of those teams. So
definitely a lot of strong teams going into the Pro League. And finally, obviously, it is Mother's Day, and we have been asking players if they want to give a shout-out to your mum. Do you want to say anything to your mum if she is watching at home?
Oh, yeah. Shout out to my mom, my biggest supporter. Hopefully she's watching right now. And I'm sorry I couldn't be there with you today, but luckily we have plans on Tuesday. So see you then, Mom.
And that's great. All right, well, Victory X, he's there. He's in the Pro League. Congratulations to you guys. Congratulations to Renegades. We'll throw it back to the casters and see what they've got to say after that series win for Renegades.
Thank you so much, Gaskin. You look like a British Brad Pitt, and don't let anyone tell you different. So, yeah, I mean, of course, what a day, man. We had some great matches all throughout the day. We had the viewership, of course. Shout out to everyone who spent their Mother's Day hanging out, watching some Halo. Hopefully, you did it with the family. I'm sure they must have enjoyed it as well. But you know, let's talk about Group A. So this is the one that we closed out with, and the story of this one was, you know what? but can OpTic Gaming do it? Can they go all the way? I know a lot of eyes were on OpTic because of the recent team changes that they made, the very public team changes. But then also Enigma 6. Were they the real deal? Could they show up? Because they had just such a poor showing at the PAX Invitational. And you heard Kratos. He said it was a fluke.
Yeah, they completely turned it around. Talking to Kratos before the event, he said, we have some of the most individually skilled people in this game. And for the people that were here, they heard it. I don't know if the people at home, he said they are for sure the second best team in Halo right now.
Ooh.
So he said CLG definitely number one.
Bold move, Colin.
Those guys are great players and a great team, and I'm sure a lot of people would agree with that. CLG is just playing phenomenal. But Enigma 6 definitely have some solid players on their team.
Yeah, now looking forward to Group B, which is what we opened up the day with. Allegiance were the superstars here. 3-0ing Soul Red, and then, of course, 4-1 against Envy. Then Envy had to take a trip to the losers bracket where they met up with Team Liquid one more time, and they were able to get the 4-0 victory against them. Of course, we didn't talk about Denial and Soul Red. Those are also going to be two teams that will look to make a lot of noise in the last chance qualifier.
I think the guys on Soul Red, you've got Nemesis and Seduce. Those are two fairly new players. Seduce moved out to California after the Halo World Championships from Australia. So he is new to North America, and he is competing with Ogre 2. So, I mean, that's to even have that opportunity is phenomenal. So I still think he's kind of shaking off not the rust, but just getting used to teaming with Ogre 2 and getting used to playing with all of these top players, because he just pretty much hopped into the mix and he's just fighting against the Wolves right now. I think we're going to see a lot more from Nemesis and Seduce throughout these next couple weeks, as we are going to see from these other teams as well. Liquid, we said APG wasn't having the greatest tournament, and honestly, I put that to that car crash. I mean, APG was put into a car crash. I mean, unfortunate series of events happened. I mean, could you imagine being put into a car crash, pretty much having a concussion, a tooth broken out, you got stitches in your mouth, and they're like, and he's just like, you know what? I got to make it to this tournament. Well, I got to compete. I mean, that's a lot to deal with.
Yeah, and of course, I do want to give a shout out to him because, you know, he still came out here. He still played. And you know what, though, man? That's, at the end of the day, that's the most you can ask from a teammate.
Exactly.
So, you know, APG, of course, I hope you get better, buddy. And
he's going to come back even stronger.
Oh, dude, I can't wait to see APG at 100% because he's a force, one of the best in the game. So, yeah,
and we're going to be seeing a lot of other teams. We saw T-Squared. He was playing on a team as well, so we may see him playing in the online qualifier.
We're going to have Captain Anarchy
as well. So and then also Elevate. We saw Elevate lose to Enigma 6 in a reverse sweep. So Hysteria, we've got Hines, we've got the other players on that squad. I know there was some possible team changes that were going on, so I'm not sure if they solidified that squad 100% yet, but that's another solid squad to watch out for. So there's going to be a lot of competition going into this last chance qualifier.
Yeah, and speaking of that, guys, you can compete in that yourself. You can sign up and compete in this online qualifier May 14th and the 15th. You go to play.eslgaming.com/Halo. There you can sign up for your team to compete in the LCQ. Of course, they're going to be taking players who come out of that. So, guys, this is it, right? You want to get into the Pro League, this is your opportunity. But then, you guys, tune in May 22nd, because this will be the last chance qualifier broadcast. It will be streamed here on twitch.tv/Halo. Of course, use the hashtag HCSPL when you're talking about the Pro League. But it is going to be a fun event, I'm sure, you know, for the viewers, but an intense one for the players.
We're going to solidify the top 8 for the HCS Pro League, so that's gonna be it, and then Pro League is going to start soon after.
That's
so
right.
A lot of Halo action to come, and you know what? We got to give a shout out. We're having a 343 monthly live stream at 3 p.m. Pacific on Wednesday, May 11th. So be sure to tune into that. That's what, in 3 days.
Yeah, it's in a couple days.
3 days.
So no reason why you shouldn't do this. If you haven't followed the stream, do so now. Of course, you guys will come right back here for some more Halo goodness. But a big thank you to everyone who tuned in today. This has been the HCS Pro League Summer Qualifier LAN. Thank you to everyone who competed. Huge shout out to Gaskin for coming out. And of course, congratulations to Envy, Allegiance, Renegades, and Enigma 6. We'll see you later.